The reef's most deadly weapon oceans cover over 70% of our planet. Yet we know more about outer space than we do about the depths of our own seas. There's a lot going on down there, and some of it could be bad news for us humans. Dangerous creatures lurk in the dark, mysterious depths, waiting to attack unsuspecting swimmers. They make the deadliest weapons on Earth look like child's play. Welcome back, everyone. Here you're about to see how one of the sea's most innocuous-looking animals has become known as the ocean's deadliest assassin. Ready? Let's dive right in. Number 13. The Master of Disguise. We begin our journey with the ultimate deception. The stonefish, despite being a creature of the sea, has managed to achieve a level of camouflage that puts it in league with masters of disguise like chameleons. Its mottled brown skin, spotted with speckles that resemble pebbles and seaweed, allows it to seamlessly blend into the ocean floor, becoming almost invisible to predators and prey alike. This master of disguise uses its environment as a shield, making it extremely difficult to spot unless one is practically breathing down on it. But this incredible camouflage is not just a clever adaptation. It's actually part of the stonefish's predatory strategy. By remaining hidden amongst the rocks and corals, the stonefish becomes a master of ambush, lying in wait for unsuspecting prey to stumble upon it. And let's face it, who wouldn't be fooled by such a cunning trick? After all, the stonefish is the underwater equivalent of a chameleon, changing its color and texture to match its surroundings. But the true horror of the stonefish's camouflage comes to light when one steps on it. At this point, the fun has stopped, and things are about to get very painful. Number 12. A dangerous design. Moving on, we delve into the design of this creature. The stonefish, while deceptively beautiful, is essentially a walking arsenal of death. Along its dorsal surface, it sports a line of 13 sharp, rigid spines. Now these spines aren't just for show. No, they are hollow needles capable of puncturing skin and injecting venom deep into its victim's flesh. In addition, the stonefish has 2 sets of pectoral fins with venom glands located near their base. This combination of deadly spines and venom-injecting fins turns every interaction with the stonefish into a gamble with death. Imagine stepping on one of these bad boys with bare feet. You would think you had just walked barefoot on a bed of nails. Only now those nails are dripping with a potent venom that can paralyze and kill. Number 11. The Painful Cocktail. Now we come to the heart of the matter, the actual payload, the venom itself. It is not a singular toxin, but rather a complex cocktail of at least 14 different compounds, each one as dangerous as the last. Among these compounds are neurotoxins that attack the victim's nervous system, causing respiratory failure and paralysis. Other toxins destroy muscle tissue, leading to severe swelling and agonizing pain. And if that wasn't enough, the venom also contains cardiotoxins that affect the victim's cardiovascular system, potentially leading to cardiac arrest. This concoction of toxins makes the stonefish one of the most venomous creatures on the planet. And believe me, the worst is yet to come. Number 10. Passive lethality. Perhaps the most unnerving aspect of the stonefish's lethality is that it isn't aggressive. It doesn't chase down its prey or actively seek out trouble. No, its lethality is passive and reactive. The stonefish does not attack, it defends. It is essentially a homicidal house cat, minding its own business until disturbed. Once provoked, however, it unleashes a flurry of venomous spines, turning a casual stroll into a fight for survival. This passive yet deadly nature makes the stonefish a particularly sinister threat. It's a silent killer lurking beneath the waves, biding its time until accidentally disturbed. Number 9. A swift injection. To add to the horror, the stonefish's attack is as swift as it is deadly. When provoked, it can instantaneously raise its dorsal spines, injecting its venomous cocktail directly into its victim. This quick reaction time means that there is no escape from its deadly grasp once triggered. The stonefish becomes a ruthless executioner, delivering a lethal dose of venom in mere seconds. This combination of a deadly toxin, a perfect weapon, and a passive defense makes the stonefish an unparalleled hunter in the ocean, a truly terrifying force of nature. Number 8. How it got its name. Now, you might be wondering why this fish is called a stonefish. Well, there's a good reason for that. Have you ever tried to pick up a rock from the ocean floor? They can be surprisingly heavy. So imagine trying to move a rock that weighs over 3 pounds. That's the average weight of a stonefish. But this heavy weight comes at a cost. The stonefish can only swim at a snail's pace of 2 miles per hour. It's not exactly the fastest swimmer in the sea. In fact, the only thing faster than a stonefish is a sea cucumber. But don't let its slow speed fool you. The stonefish is a patient predator. It spends most of its time lying motionless on the ocean floor, waiting for its next meal to swim past. When it finally strikes, it strikes fast and hard. Its large mouth opens wide, and its teeth sink into its victim's flesh. Its strong jaws crush its prey, while its sharp spines hold on tight. The stonefish is a master of its trade, and it uses every tool at its disposal to capture prey. But sometimes the tables are turned, and the stonefish becomes the prey. Fishermen often use spears and other tools to catch stonefish, but they must be careful. One wrong move, and they could end up with a mouthful of spines. Number 7. The distribution. The scary truth is that stonefish can be found in all oceans around the world. These deadly fish prefer shallow waters and like to hide among rocks, caves, and coral reefs. They are particularly common in the waters of Japan, China, Australia, India, and Southeast Asia. If you plan on going on a beach vacation, make sure you check the water first. You don't want to end up on the wrong side of a stonefish sting. Number 6. Who eats them? Even though stonefish are a popular dish in many restaurants, few dare eat them. In fact, only the most skilled chefs are allowed to prepare stonefish. Why? Because removing their poisonous spines is a delicate operation that requires years of experience. If even a single spine is left behind, the diner could end up with a nasty sting. That's why most people leave the job of preparing stonefish to the professionals. Number 5. Their intelligence. Despite their reputation for being cold-blooded killers, stonefish are actually quite intelligent. They can recognize human faces and learn new tricks. Some stonefish even perform tricks for their caretakers in exchange for food. However, it's important to remember that stonefish are wild animals and should be treated as such. Even the tamest stonefish can turn aggressive if provoked. So if you ever come across a stonefish in the wild, don't try to touch it. Just admire its beauty from afar and remember that some things are best left undisturbed. Number 4. An interesting fact. Now here's something that might surprise you. Stonefish lay eggs. Yes, these deadly creatures reproduce in a traditional manner by laying eggs. However, their eggs are highly toxic and can kill their predators. This means that even the tiniest stonefish are deadly. This adds another layer of danger to interacting with these creatures. Not only is it risky to handle a live stonefish, but its eggs pose an equally deadly threat. This makes the stonefish one of the most dangerous creatures in the ocean. Number 3. Antidote availability. In case you've been wondering, there is no antidote to a stonefish sting. This means that if you're stung, you're on your own. The only way to survive a stonefish sting is to receive medical attention quickly. However, this can be difficult in remote areas where medical facilities are limited. This lack of an antidote makes surviving a stonefish sting a true test of endurance and luck. With no guarantee of a positive outcome, those unfortunate enough to be stung must rely on their own resilience to pull through. Number 2. Venom research. Scientists are working on a synthetic version of the stonefish's venom. They hope this will lead to a better understanding of the fish and possibly help develop a cure for its sting. However, this research is ongoing and there is no guarantee that it will be successful. In the meantime, we can admire the beauty of the stonefish from afar, knowing that it is one of nature's most dangerous creatures. Number 1. First aid. If you ever find yourself face to fin with a stonefish, there are some basic first aid steps you can follow to increase your chances of survival. Immediately remove any spines that are still protruding from your skin using tweezers if possible. Do not attempt to suck out the venom, as this can spread it further. Instead, venom experts recommend vinegar, as it can help stop stinging cells from firing. Finally, heat might break down some of the compounds and reduce the pain. Remember, quick action can mean the difference between a mild sting and a life-threatening situation. Well, there you have it, folks. The ocean's deadliest assassin. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.